Heading to the small reform church.
Nice and cool here, and a distinct odor. A breeze from the past.
And it's anything but small. That is quite a decent sized church. It's actually quite huge.
It's ticking. Looks the same as in the old times, but inside the mechanism may have been transformed. He's a young man, but this milieu makes him look much older.
Good morning. Am I disturbing?
Peace and blessings. At your service, sir.
My name is Jonathan Hunt. I'm an American journalist of Hungarian origin. Or I could say I'm a Hungarian journalist from America.
Ah, that's most interesting. My name is Dominique Ostelosh. How can I help you?
Do you happen to know a young man called Balazs Gal? He's 18 or 19, recently finished grammar school.
I have to disappoint you. I don't remember a boy by this name.
Reverend Ostelosh, I'd like to ask you about Professor István Hatvany.
Ah, the Hungarian Faust. He lived in Debrecen, a polyhistor of his time. They say he had a pact with the devil. Is your article about him?
No. In fact, it's a kind of investigation. I'd like to clarify a few fuzzy details of his life. I'm on the assumption that these yet unknown details may have an impact on certain things in our present.
Is that so? How exciting. But how can I assist your research?
There's a letter by Professor Hatvany. He writes that he had a meteorite which he bought in Utrecht. He left this meteorite with a former schoolmate for safekeeping. At that time, the man served in this church.
And you want me to tell you who this schoolmate of his was?
Unless you can show me the meteorite itself.
That's what I call a vivid imagination, sir. Anyhow, I could consult the archives to see who Hatvany's contemporaries were. As for his schoolmates, the Reformed College ought to be able to help.
Actually, I've been there already.
Then I suggest that you return there and ask for the archives or the library. Then come back if you find out anything. In the meantime, I will check our records for possible matches.
Excellent. Despite your doubts, I'm sure I will come up with something.
Aha. It is still a lead. We have to go back to the Reform College. The archives room. So back to... oh yeah, that man, I remember now.
Morning. Could you check if there's any data about Professor Hatvany's schoolmates?
Here? In the Reformed College of Debrecen?
Yes. First half of the 18th century.
Let me see. This is it. There are an awful lot of names here. Any idea for filtering?
Yes. We're looking for a person who became a pastor in Debrecen.
I see. This is more than enough to trace. Here are a few names recorded to have become pastors later. Shall I print it out for you?
Yes, please. Excellent.
Here it is.
Thanks.
Thank you. The list of schoolmates.
List of Istvan Hatvani's schoolmates who later became clergymen.
Okay, so a bunch of names. Yeah, I better give this to the pastor then. Alright, goodbye. Thanks for your help.
Peace and blessings.
To God be the glory. So you have returned.
Yes, I've got some information.
And here's a list of contemporaries from the second half of the 18th century.
Thank you. Let me have a closer look.
Just take your time.
Okay, so we are looking for
The list
a
of
similar
schoolmates
name.
and clergymen. Now, who's the one who guarded Professor Hatvani's stone?
It's gotta be a name that appears on both lists. Okay, how do I do this? Just click? Okay, what are we supposed to do here? No idea. Can we talk to... Yeah, talk to you again. Maybe you can help? I can give you the two lists. Maybe you can do this for me.
Are you really going to tell me a name?
I believe so.
Oh, whoa. Okay, now I have to click on that name. But I can't find... Whoa, the one. I can't find it. It's not that one. D? Yeah, the handwriting is hard to read on this side. O-L-E? T-U-R-E-R P-O... No? R-E-G I can't find it, guys. T-O-T-H Swy Can't find it. Okay, I'll just click on one.
Yes, he did serve in our church. But are you sure he's on the list of schoolmates too?
No, I was wrong. Sorry. One more second.
Take your time.
It's not this one. V-I-G-V. It's not the V's. We only have 3 V's here. 3 V's. Not those. A-R-R-pad. D-Y. Is that a D? I can't really tell. Or is that an S? S-Y or S-Z. D-Y. Gaspar. This one I can read. Gaspar. Gaspar Tomas. That's the easiest name on the list. But it's not on this one. Gaspar Tomas. Peter. Maybe Peter. There's a Peter Peto. But that's not the same last name. Peter S. Oh, I got it! Somogi. That's an S. Somogi Peter. I got it. I found it.
Yes, he served in our church. But are you sure he's on the list of schoolmates too?
Yes, I'm perfectly sure.
All right then. 1 second, please.
Oh, that took a long time. Yeah, the handwriting didn't help at all. Is that the right volume?
Mr. Journalist, you are very lucky. We've got the name, and what's more, there's an annotation, too.
Huh. Does it mention the stone?
No, but now we know why not. It says that this pastor officiated the funeral of Professor Hadvani on the 16th of November in 1786, and the chest which he had kept for the professor was placed in the coffin. That stone might have been in that chest.
Quite likely. So the meteorite was buried with the professor, and with anything else that might have been in the chest.
But I thought the real meteorite is at the office right now. I remember that clearly, guys. So why is it in the coffin now?
Reverend Ostelos, does the note say which cemetery it was?
I'm afraid not, but I hope you don't want to disturb the late professor's remains.
No. I just hope the traces will not vanish here.
Well, good luck. Come back if we can be of any more help.
Okay, thank you. That is so weird. All this time I thought the original stone is at Atomkey, the institute, at the head office, in a safe. Okay, let's head back to the college, guys. Maybe I can talk to the helpful lady again. I forgot her name. Maybe she can help us again. Yes, Havani's tomb.
Do you know which cemetery Professor Hadvani was buried?
Let me think. Oh, I've got it. Originally, he was buried in a cemetery on Petarfia Street, but that cemetery is no longer there. It used to be in the area where the Otomki buildings are now. Look, I'll show you an old map.
Oh, thank you. Maybe right below Otomki?
I don't know exactly, nor do I know when the cemetery was demolished.
Demolished, yes. Lots of relics might have vanished. Thanks for your help.
Okay, let's look at the map here.
Replica of an 18th century map from Piroshko.
So how do we use the map here? There's a cemetery sign. Right there, the cross. At the north side of Debrecen, the city we're in right now. Is that the only spot? It's like the northern side. Oh, you know what? Maybe we have a new location already on the map. A new spot. Hold on. Okay, it's not here. There's nothing like that. So now we have a map. Can someone else help us with the map? Someone who can read maps. Or who has extensive knowledge about these old cemeteries. How about the church again? Okay, let me talk to the pastor there. Can he help? No? Alright, wrong place. Okay, let's go back to college and maybe use the archives again. Maybe. Oh yes, he can help. Perfect.
Could you check what happened to the cemetery that used to be on Peter Fio Street?
Was there a cemetery? Well, indeed. It was demolished in 1810.
Any details?
I'm afraid, sir, we don't have any more information on this cemetery.
I see. Thank you.
But at least we have a new lead again. I wish I can use a computer, guys. All this information is readily available on the net. We don't even need all this legwork right now. Shall we check the library again? Yes, Havani's tomb.
Do you have any information about Professor Hatvani's burial?
His tombstone, you mean?
Why? You know where it is?
Of course. It's outside in the foyer. Have a
Outside?
look for yourself.
Wow. How could I have missed it?
Is it really that close by? Oh yes. It's right here. Are you kidding me? This is his tomb. Right in the building. On the second floor. Crazy.
Is this the one? What negligence. However, it doesn't seem to tell me anything new.
But it's only a tombstone, the headstone, not the tomb itself. I need a translation, guys. Yeah, this looks kind of important. Can we use Google Translate to take a picture of that? Using our phone. Okay, there's a new doorway on this side, but oh, the murals. The stained glass at the top.
Professor Hatvani on a glass mosaic from 1938.
Stephanus Havani. What's going on here? Is a Havani in the middle? But that looks like a judge. With a wig.
Naive paintings. Today, we'd call this graffiti, I think.
Okay, let's go talk to the old man again. Hold on. I need help. I need a translation, please.
I saw the tombstone. How did you get it? And where's the tomb itself?
It was used as a curbstone in a civil house. They had no idea whose tombstone it really was.
How's that possible?
You see, the cemetery where the professor had been buried was demolished a long time ago. And in such cases...
Yes, I know what happens in such cases.
They throw the human remains into a mass grave, and everything of some value is carried away.
So, a dead end. Listen, I've learned that Hatvani was buried with a locked chest in his coffin. How can I find out what happened to the grave and the Honorable Professor's coffin?
It might be impossible. You see, the cemetery was demolished, and nobody cared about the remains of the famous polyhistor.
Which cemetery was it?
Oh, the museum or a church might have some records, but I promise you to check if there's any trace of the Hatvani heritage in our library. If you come back later...
I will, Mr. Nirgash.
Okay, come back later. That's the key phrase in this game. Come back later. But are we supposed to check somewhere else? Check the records. Shall we head back to the young man over at the archives? Oh no, Icon. No. And he still hasn't eaten his breakfast yet. His banana and his yogurt. Poor guy. Back to the museum. No? Hey, he wanted us to check these places, but with no help at all. Alright, now I think we should head back to the church. Reformed church now. We need answers. A ton of answers. Yes.
Peace and blessings.
To God be the glory. How can I help you?
I've learned that Professor Hatvani was buried in the Peterfio Cemetery in 1786. Later, the cemetery was demolished. Do you know anything about this?
No, we don't keep records of these things, but such demolitions were always done under supervision. Important things might have been returned to the heirs.
If this is the case, I should find it.
The heirs, huh? That isn't help at all. How am I supposed to find the heirs without Google here? I cannot use Google in the game. Okay, let's see if this is long enough for us to return to the library or not. It has been 3 minutes. Maybe that's good enough. Any help? Yes!
I'm back. Did you find anything on the Hatvani heritage?
Not too much. His manuscripts, autobiography, and memoirs went to his son-in-law, Joseph Miles.
Aha.
Parts of these were published in 1872 and 1894. The Hatvani family's documents were in the possession of Miklos Miles, who was a reformed evangelical clergyman.
Maybe I should find out more about the Miles brothers.
No, I don't think you should. It says here the heritage went astray decades ago.
You have a point there. Thank you.
And a decades ago, that can be a dead end. That can be a dead end.
Is there no mention in the notes about a certain chest or a meteorite?
No, there isn't anything.
I see. Thank you.
Alright, anyhow, thank you for your help. At least we got some names now. Those are Milos brothers.